Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is going to be the first video in a series of videos I'm going to do about my project car, a 1965 Mustang Coupe. It was originally a 6-cylinder car, but we're going to be converting it to an 8-cylinder, and most of that conversion has already been done. Some of this project was completed several years ago, and for whatever reason the project has stalled, and now we're getting back to working on it. Let's go for a brief walk around and see what it looks like. So this is what we have to start with. 1965 Coupe. Originally a 6-cylinder car. I started the conversion to 8-cylinder. I added front disc brakes, sticking with decent sized drums at this point for the rear. Body is in fairly rough shape, as you can see, but it actually gets worse when you start digging in underneath. There's quite a bit of rotted out steel and frame rails that need to be replaced. Likely going to have to do all 4 frame rails, front and rear, and do a full set of floors for it. Don't know exactly what order we're going to be doing things in, but we are going to be starting in the rear with the trunks and the rear frame rail. After that, we may switch to different areas, but we'll have to see how it goes. So this is where we are starting. Okay, now that we've seen what the exterior looks like, let's take a little close look at the interior, and we'll start with the engine compartment. All right, looking at the engine compartment, it's empty, obviously. You can see that it is wrong way as far as it goes. You can see that it's pretty rough in the corners. This is all rust. The rest of the firewall is in pretty rough shape too. We'll definitely have to do some work in there, particularly the frame rails. They're looking pretty rough. Moving on to the interior. Okay, before we head into the interior, let's take a quick look at the VIN number for this car. The VIN number is 5F07T, followed by a 6-digit unit ID, and I have the last 3 blurred out. What does this VIN number decode to? Well, we'll start with the 5. The 5 is for the model year, which is 1965. Second position is F, which will be the Dearborn plant. The next 2 positions, 07, designate this as a coupe. Next position is T, and that is for a 6-cylinder engine. And like I said, the last 6 digits will be the unit ID. This one starts with 762, which I believe makes this a pretty late 65 model. All right, so now let's get back to the interior. Moving on to the interior. Yeah, it's pretty empty. Basically just a floor. Whole half a floor. Everything's been gutted out of it. Like I said, I worked on this project many years ago and it stalled, and we're picking it back up again this fall. So we'll take a look at the trunk now. It's pretty rough back here too. I started working on the rear frame rails, which are very rough. Started pulling up the trunk floors. All this red oxide colored primer is not original. It's something I put in years ago to try to keep the rust at bay, but it didn't work all that well. Well, as you can imagine, this project's going to take quite a while to complete. Probably the course of 2 or 3 years perhaps. So if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll be notified when I post any new videos. Shooting for maybe 2 times a month at this point. Probably until the springtime, then things will probably pick up and then. So hope to see you in the next video.